In a world with a tree that grants skills through its fruits, our hero Light and his friend Lena await the age to consume them. Light dreams of an offensive skill to become an adventurer, while Lena wants a strong skill to stay by his side. They go to the castle for the skill fruits, confident in their future. However, Light becomes a farmer with the weakest skill, shattering his adventurer dream. 3 months ago, they chose a skill fruit, welcomed by the saint who explained the fruits grant skills that determine their jobs. The saint warned them to eat only one fruit to remain whole. They went to the castle for skills. Light was sure of a powerful skill. Light became a farmer. His dream shattered. 3 months ago, he chose a skill fruit. The saint explained it, grants skills. The saint warned to eat only one fruit, one skill per person. Some tried a second fruit and died. Light was scared but confident. He encouraged Lena, and she ate. His dream of becoming an adventurer was shattered when he ended up with the weakest skill. 3 months ago, he chose a skill fruit. The saint explained these fruits grant skills that determine their job forever. The saint warned to eat only one fruit to avoid poisoning. Each person gets one skill, even if weak. In the past, some tried a second fruit after a failed skill and died. Light was confident of getting a strong skill. He encouraged Lena to eat a fruit, and she felt a heat surge, shocking the saint with her aura. Lena received the rare Sword Saint skill, marking her as a chosen adventurer. Light was eager to discover his skill. He ate a fruit without hesitation, experiencing the same as Lena. Eating more than one skill fruit leads to poisoning and death, so each person can only have one skill. In the past, people who tried to eat a second fruit died. Lena chose a skill fruit and felt a heat surge through her body. Lena received the rare Sword Saint skill. Light eagerly ate a fruit himself, but the saint revealed he received the Fruit Master skill. Light's dream of becoming the greatest adventurer was shattered. In despair, he wanted to eat another fruit, but the saint warned him of death. Light lamented losing his dream. Suddenly, a high heat surged through her body, shocking the saint. Lena received the Sword Saint skill, one of the strongest and rarest, marking her as a chosen adventurer. Light was eager to discover his own skill. He ate a skill fruit and experienced the same as Lena. A bright light shone from him, but the saint said his skill was the Fruit Master, a letdown for an aspiring adventurer. Instead, he got a skill for farming. Light's dream vanished. In shock, he considered another skill fruit, but the saint warned it would cost his life. Tears welled up as he lamented, "I have no future. Death is better than losing my dream. I wanted to be the greatest adventurer, but fate made me a powerless farmer." And a light emanated from it, but the saint's prayer and telling him that the skill he obtained is the skill of the master of the fruit. What a disappointment. The ambition to become the greatest adventurer obtained a skill that is only useful in agriculture. The poor man's dream evaporated before his eyes from the shock. He wanted to eat the fruit of other skills, but the saint prevented him. No, he would lose his life. I found sadness filling his eyes. He said, "I have no future. Death is easier for me than losing my childhood dream. I have always dreamed of becoming the greatest adventurer, but fate has made me a farmer with no power. And it helps in this world to try to comfort and say, 'No, don't worry, Light, I'm with you, and I will grow fruits like you, and we will build a big farm together.' But the saint fights back angrily and tells her, 'A saint's sword skill like yours only appears once every 10 years. You have to become an adventurer for this country.' And she forcefully took her with her to the holy city. Light was upset and did not understand why his situation was so harsh, but he was somewhat happy for his friend Lena because she would become one of the greatest adventurers. Thus, Light lost his dream and left his childhood friend. He accepted his fate and farmed, harvesting and selling fruits. In the city, he sold his harvest and found a poster of his friend Lena, now an S-rank adventurer. Children dreamed of being Lena, affecting Light and reminding him of his dream. He decided not to give up and trained in the forest. He aimed to be an adventurer despite his failed skill. He was weak and couldn't cut a log. He realized his dream was impossible and he'd never meet Lena again. Ayla, who lived with Light and helped him farm, came along. Ayla was abandoned and he took her in. It gives you the chance to become an adventurer if you try once. He failed to cut a small log, realizing his dream was impossible and he'd never see Lena again. Ayla, who lived with Light and helped him farm, appeared. Abandoned, Light took her in. At dinner, Light mentioned collecting skill fruits alone. Disaster struck when Ayla used them for soup, causing Light to eat a second skill fruit. Warned by the saint he might die, Light felt the effects, collapsed, but woke with the Sword King skill. The saint sensed Light's new power, shocked by the change. Light returned home with Ayla for dinner and mentioned he had been collecting skill fruits and storing them. Disaster struck when Ayla used these fruits for soup, causing Light to consume a second skill fruit despite the saint's warning of potential death. Light felt the effects immediately and collapsed, thinking it was the end. However, he awoke with a new skill, the Sword King skill. The saint sensed Light's newfound power and was shocked. Meanwhile, Ayla also gained a skill from the soup, acquiring the appraisal skill, allowing her to see Light's skills. Light then realized his first skill was a cheat, making him immune to the fruit's poisons, allowing him to consume them safely quickly. Despite this, the new skill fruit's pressure caused him to collapse again, but he awoke with the Sword King skill. The Saint was again shocked by Light's power. Ayla felt the heat from the soup and gained the appraisal skill. Seeing Light's skills, Light discovered his first skill was a cheat, granting immunity to the fruit's poisons. At the same time, the heat began to penetrate Ayla's body, and suddenly she gained a skill since she had also eaten from the skill fruit soup. She acquired the appraisal skill and could now see Light's skills. Here, our hero discovered the secret of his first skill. The skill that seemed like a failure turned out to be a cheat skill that made him immune to the poisons of all the fruits, meaning Light could eat skill fruits without getting poisoned. The Sword King skill Light acquires boosts his attack power and magic resistance when he holds the sword. The next day, Light and Ayla went to the capital to register at the Adventurers Guild. The guild walls displayed monster hunting quests with bigger rewards for stronger monsters. Light sought a quest. He asked Ayla to wait outside while he got his first quest. Light traveled with Ayla to the capital to join the Adventurers Guild. Upon arrival, he was thrilled, having always dreamed of this moment. The guild's walls displayed monster hunting quests, with rewards increasing with the monster's strength. Light was eager to test his Sword King skill. He hoped to meet his friend Lena, and asked Ayla to wait outside while he got his first quest. Ayla used her appraisal skill to assess other adventurers. Discovering Light was unique for having two skills, adventurers here possess various skills like combat artistry, enemy detection, and fire skills. After selecting his quest, Light was bumped by Jean, who demanded an apology. Light refused, leading Jean to mock him as a fruit-selling adventurer. Light remained calm, blocking Jean's attack effortlessly. Jean's friend, impressed by Light's strength, advised retreat, realizing Light was formidable. Adventurers here enjoy skills. Light chose his quest. Jean bumped him, demanding an apology. Light refused. Jean bullied him, calling him the fruit-selling adventurer. Light stayed calm. Jean attacked, but Light blocked it. Jean's friend was shocked by Light's strength, making Jean back off. Light wanted excitement and was eager to complete his quest. He went with Ayla to find monsters. Ayla found a slime monster and discovered its strong defense. Light was nervous about facing the slime, fearing his skill might be useless. However, the slime noticed him, so Light trusted his Sword King skill. But Light was calm and did not care at all about what this man said, so the adventurer Jin got angry and attacked him, but Light repelled him easily. Jin's companions were shocked by Light's strength, and they knew that he was not to be underestimated, so he made Jin retreat before Light wiped the ground with him, which made everyone. Light actually wanted to start his adventures with some excitement inside the guild, and he was eager to complete his first quest. He went with Ayla to a significant place to look for monsters, and Ayla found a slime monster. Using her appraisal skill, she discovered that it had strong defensive capabilities. Light was worried that his new skill would be useless in battle, so he prayed behind the slime. However, the slime easily noticed his presence, so Light decided to trust in the Sword King skill. With his terrifying strength, he cut the slime in half and split the ground. Now, Light realizes that the Sword King skill is powerful, and he needs to master it. Before returning to the guild, he asks Ayla to gather the slime parts so he can get paid for them. When things got scary and Light promised her that he would buy her pizza, she suddenly turned into a killer and sliced the slime without hesitation. At the same time, Light hears someone screaming. It's the genie team he just left. They face a giant monster, and they are powerless. Light checks on them, but Genie uses him as bait and escapes. Light seeks stronger monsters to absorb the Sword King's skill, seeing this as a chance to elevate his rank. The monster nearly crushes him with its club. Light was warned, if hit, he would die due to lack of defensive skills. Light faces a deadly monster on his first mission. Warned of its attacks, he must avoid being hit. Determined to prove himself, Light channels his strength, breaks the monster's club, and defeats it with the Devil's Slash. Light vows, I will prove I am the greatest adventurer, and channels his strength into the sword, breaking the monster's club. Remembering Lena, he unleashes his power. He masters the Sword King's skill, and defeats the monster with the Devil's Slash. Light triumphs on his first mission. The Genie team is shocked by his strength. For the first time, he succeeded in mastering the Sword King's skill and defeated the monster on his own with the Devil's Slash technique. Light defeated a powerful monster on his first mission as an adventurer, shocking the Genie team with his strength. He remarked, "Thank God I withdrew from fighting this man." Light returned to the Adventurers Guild with the monster's horn, stunning the receptionist who couldn't believe a novice like him defeated a giant alone. Genie's companions confirmed Light saved their lives. The receptionist was amazed by his achievement. She went to prepare his reward, and all adventurers stared as the Ace Rank team returned with Lena, the Holy Sword skill owner. Light greeted Lena, but she replied, "I think you mistook me for someone else. Who are you?" She went to get his huge reward, and suddenly all the adventurers were staring at the door. The Ace Rank team has returned, and with them is Lena, the owner of the Holy Sword skill. Light called out to Lena, happy to see her again, but she looked at him and said, "I think you mistook me for someone else. Who are you?" she has completely changed and become someone else, starting to show the saintly qualities and future abilities through her magical mirror. And she says, "A huge threat has been born that could shake the world." Light is shocked that Lena doesn't even remember him, and she thinks he's tired because he's hungry. He bought her pizza, felt lost, ate quickly, she crumbled it, gave water. He had lost his passion and didn't want to do anything. He started eating the pizza quickly until he was out of breath, and suddenly she crumbled it and gave him water. And when Light raised his head, he was shocked to see that it was Lena. The important thing is that Lena sat with them, and she asks Light to keep his voice down and not to call her by her name after she asks him about the Adventurers Guild in the Muslim community. He says to her, "Haven't you heard that Yasser became an adventurer like you?" And he starts recounting all the events that happened to him until he registered in the Adventurers Guild. Lena was very happy because he finally achieved her dream, and it didn't require her to talk about the Holy Sword Brigade she was working with. She tells Lena that the Holy Sword Squad is not like those narrators. Lena feels uncomfortable in the Holy Sword Brigade because she's forced to work with strangers by command. She advises Light to avoid the brigade, which is why she pretended not to know him earlier. Light mentions that adventurers see the brigade as the best, but Lena knows otherwise from her first mission with them 2 months ago. The Holy Sword Brigade is the best, but Lena knows enough about this brigade because 2 months ago, when she was in the middle of her first mission with them, they then burned the wild snake, but the wind blew the fire towards the farmer's house. Here, Lena was shocked by the truth of the band members, as they refused to be pushed by the fire and left the farm. The poor man was completely vulnerable. Grouse said, "Don't worry about him, the snake killed many." Lena informed the saint, who ignored the farmer but was pleased with the mission. But this snake had killed so many people that Lena didn't like the situation, and she immediately went to tell the saint what had happened. But even the saint didn't care about the farmer and was happy with their success in the mission. From that moment on, Lena began to despise her brigade and wished to leave and never work with them again. At that moment, Lena began to loathe her brigade and wished to leave and never work with them again. Light says to her, "Since you're not happy in your brigade," he asked her to join him, but Lena fused and started to cry. Then she left. Light started at the Adventurers Guild and earned 10,000 gold for defeating the ghoul. It means that Light gathered you to call for the money from the prophets. It's your first as an adventurer. Despite that, he is not happy because he is worried about his friend Lena, and he wants to know why she is forced to stay in the Holy Sword Brigade. And here she turned on her mind, and she tells him to go to the brigade leader and find out the reason. And Grouse was enjoying himself with 2 girls in his room at that time. The guild employee tells him that some of the farmers are complaining about him to the court because he destroyed their property with fire. But Grouse is an arrogant person and tells her these. Instead of thanking me for saving him from the monsters, they started blaming me. I don't care about the insects while I'm walking on the road, and here comes Deity to him and orders him. He allows Lena to leave the brigade, but Grouse mocks him and has his personal guards arrest him, saying, "A rookie like you has no right to speak to a legend like me." And so Light wants to leave the room of the arrogant one. Grouse is my companion, Jean. He advised him to stay away from Grouse and not to get involved with him because he is under the protection of the saint. If the saint knew that Light confronted Grouse, Light is ready to sacrifice his dream for his friend Lena, making his life difficult as an adventurer. The next day, the sacred Sword Brigade gathered, and Lena bravely told Grouse she wanted to leave and become an honest adventurer. Grouse reacted violently, threatening her and crushing her hopes. Despite this, Light intervened, asking Lena to join him in hunting monsters, reminding her of her promise. Lena refused due to Grouse's control. Light challenged Grouse to a duel, stating, "If I win, you will set Lena free." Grouse accepted, threatening Light with expulsion from the Adventurers Guild if he lost. Confident in his new strength, Light prepared to face Grouse, aware of his opponent's speed. He asked her to hunt some monsters. Lena refused his request because of Captain Grouse. Light drew his sword and challenged Grouse, saying, "If I win, you will set Lena free." Grouse accepted, saying, "If I win, you will be expelled from the Adventurers Guild forever." Light remained confident in his strength, knowing Grouse's skill is the speed of a king. Grouse moved swiftly, and Light faced a lightning-fast attack. Before the challenge, he warns, "If I win, you're expelled from the Adventurers Guild forever," meaning Light would lose his dream if he lost to Grouse. Still, he trusts his new strength, aware of Grouse's speed, which closes gaps with opponents. Grouse moved with unnatural speed, and Light struggled to counter. Grouse attacked relentlessly, mocking him, making others think Light was weak. Grouse moved with unnatural speed, and Light struggled to counter him. Grouse attacked relentlessly, mocking Light, making people think he was weak. Grouse launched a lightning-fast attack, nearly finishing Light off, leaving him tense. Light understood the power of an A-rank adventurer. A terrifying aura emanated from Grouse. Suddenly, Grouse broke Light's sword, putting him in a vulnerable position. Lena was scared, and Grouse said, "Swear loyalty to me, and I'll spare him." But Light told Lena, "Don't worry, I'll win this fight for you." Lena trusted him and joined him, angering Grouse. Light realized his sword was broken, and asked an onlooker for a broom, planning to defeat Grouse with it. Grouse was furious, feeling belittled, but Light was confident. He unleashed his magic into the broom, and when Grouse attacked at full speed, Light closed his eyes to focus and feel Grouse's movements. Grouse was furious and wanted to finish them off, while Light just realized that his sword was broken. He asked one of the onlookers to lend him a broom, thinking about defeating an A-rank adventurer with a broom. Grouse was enraged because he felt belittled, but Light wasn't mocking his enemy. He was confident that the broom was enough to defeat him. He unleashed all his magical power into the broom, and when Grouse attacked with his maximum speed, Light closed his eyes to focus and feel the movements. Before Grouse could strike him with his sword, Light hit him with the magically enhanced broom, sending Grouse flying and unconscious. Everyone present was shocked that a beginner like Light defeated an S-rank adventurer with a cleaning broom. This way, Light succeeded in getting his friend Lena to join his team, and he threatened Grouse's companions that if they tried to get in his way, they would meet the same fate as Grouse. Lena immediately agreed to join Light's humble team. The Saint's assistant informed Lena that the Saint wanted to discuss her breaking the laws and leaving her team. This cost them their status in the Adventurers Guild. Despite this, Lena was happy to accept less than ordinary missions. Light's team helped townspeople, earning very little. Lena wanted to use her power to help those in need. He named their team Luxeria, meaning incomplete light, to achieve their dreams. Light dreams of leaving his mark in history. Lena wishes to fight for the people. These are ordinary missions that earn little money. Light's team helped the townspeople, earning only 100 gold after a day's work. Lena was happy with the change and wanted to use her power to help those in need. Light named their team Luxeria, meaning incomplete light, to achieve their dreams. The Saint, consulting her assistant, assigned Light's team an S-rank mission to eliminate them. At the Adventurers Guild, the receptionist informed them among other adventurers to help those in need. Light really enjoyed living the adventure life with his friend Lena. After that, Light decided to come up with a name for their team, and after some thought, he chose the name Luxeria, which means incomplete light. Thus, their team was established to achieve their dreams. Light dreams of leaving his mark as a brother adventurer in history, while Lena wishes to become an adventurer who fights for the people. As for the silly Ayla, her dream is to eat all the pizza at once. Meanwhile, the Saint was consulting with her assistant. She decided to assign Light's team an S-rank mission to get rid of them. Light was excited to complete his first mission with his team Luxeria, so he gathered all the food he loved and thought about taking skill fruits with him. After that, Light went with his team to the Adventurers Guild to find out what they needed to do for the mission, and the receptionist informed them among a group of adventurers. They disappeared explosively while carrying out an ordinary mission, as 18 adventurers of ranks A and B went missing. When the receptionist gave them the task, she asked for the names of the missing adventurers, and we were surprised to find that their mentor Burke is missing, and all adventurers who disappeared had headed to an ancient castle. The Light team's mission is to find the missing adventurers and uncover what's happening. Light is excited to visit the haunted castle. Ayla wants to complete the mission. The receptionist was shocked to learn Ayla ate the skill fruit young. They head to the mission location, taking a dangerous path to the castle. Ayla lost her balance and fell. Light used his sword's power to create winds to slow their descent. Ayla aimed for money and pizza. Shocked, the receptionist learned Ayla ate the skill fruit young. Light said it was a mistake. They went with Lena and Ayla, taking a risky path to the castle. Excited, Ayla fell. Light tried to save her, but fell too, pulling others. To avoid a deadly fall, Light used his sword to slow their descent. They landed safely, but faced zombies. Light wasn't scared and fought them, but Lena stopped him to look closer. Light saw the zombies were missing adventurers. He hesitated, knowing they had the same skills. Light lost enthusiasm, not wanting to kill friends. A zombie attacked him, but Lena struck it without mercy. Ayla lost her balance and fell. Light tried to save her, but fell too, pulling others. Hitting the ground at high speed would be fatal, so Light used his sword to create winds to slow their fall. They landed safely but were surrounded by zombies. Light wasn't scared and started fighting, but Lena stopped him to look closer at the monsters. Light was shocked to see the zombies were missing adventurers. He hesitated, and Lena said the zombies had adventurers' skills. Light lost enthusiasm, unwilling to kill friends. A zombie attacked him, but Lena struck it mercilessly. They helped fallen friends by freeing their souls. Escaping, they entered a castle filled with zombies. Lena used her sword skills to take down zombies. Light wasn't scared and started to kill them, but Lena stopped him to look closer at the monsters. Light was shocked to see the zombies were missing adventurers. He hesitated, and Lena said the zombies had adventurers' skills. Light lost enthusiasm, unwilling to kill friends. A zombie attacked him, but Lena struck it mercilessly. They help their fallen adventurer friends by killing zombies to free their souls. After escaping, they enter the castle, surprised to find it filled with zombies. Lena used her sword skills to take them down. She realized the zombies' weak point is their heart, while for skeletons, it's their spine. Lena quickly figured this out and continued to kill them skillfully. Light, excited to unleash his power, attacked with the skill of a Sword King, but lost focus, leaving Ayla alone. A zombie knight almost ended her life, but Lena saved her with incredible speed. At that moment, he decided. He got excited to unleash his power and attack the zombies with the skill of a Sword King, but he lost his focus and left Ayla alone. The zombie knight almost ended her life, but Lena moved with incredible speed, tackled the zombie knight, and saved Ayla from him. At that moment, he decided. Light must fight and kill the zombies, as hesitation puts Ayla's life at risk. They reach the second part of the castle. Light searched the castle with Lena and Ayla. This time, they met smart zombies. Ayla's assessment revealed tamed zombies. Lena noted a monster control skill. Light saw threads from a room to zombies. Ayla said threads transfer magic. Following threads led them to a room. Light entered, and suddenly, a girl appeared saying, "I am from the Elite Dark Forces, and my name is Doratina." She summoned zombies. Ayla said she controls corpse and spirit monsters with summoning skill. Light asked Doratina to free the zombies' souls, but she refused, saying, "I am here to kill the Master of Fruits." She attacked Light with zombies. Light asked why, and she said it was an order, refusing to name her master. Then, she attacked with all zombies. Doratina appears, summoning zombies. Light asks her to release the zombies' souls, but she refuses, attacking him. She says she's following orders, but won't reveal her master's name. Light and Lena fend off the attack. Doratina sends Burke and Shira to Lena. Light asks Doratina to stop controlling the zombies, but she refuses, saying, "I am here to kill the Master of Fruits." She attacks Light. Light questions her motive, and she reveals someone ordered her to kill him. Light and Lena wield power. Doratina sends her masters to Lena. Light saves Ayla, but is surrounded by zombies. He fights, protecting Ayla, and takes down many zombies with his legendary power. But Light and Lena have power, and no one can stand them. However, Doratina sent her master, Burke and Shira, to Lena. Ayla warns her that these two zombies have the same skills as adventurers. Burke has the claw skill, which allows him to cut through anything, and Shira has the mirror skill, which lets her copy her image. Doratina was annoyed by Ayla's skill because it reveals her secrets, and she wanted to kill her. Then Light intervened and saved her, but he was surrounded by zombies. He had to fight with all his strength while protecting Ayla. Light continued to resist alone and took down many zombies. Light intervened and saved her, but he was surrounded by zombies. He had to fight with all his strength while protecting Ayla. Light continued to resist alone and took down many zombies with his legendary power. As Lena lost her focus while facing the spirits of her teachers, Burke and Shira, who were the first to care for her. As soon as she arrived at the Holy City and the zombies became controlled by them, Lena decided to eliminate them to free them from this suffering. So she first cut the magical threads, but she hesitated to kill her dearest ones, and the image of her teacher appeared to her. Bless you. And Shira encourages her to finish off the zombies and free their souls. Lena is in tears and wants to kill them without pain. So she used her funeral ability and quickly cut them down, thus freeing her loved ones from this suffering. Light is crying, still suffering from the zombies, trying to kill Ayla and Ayla. She continued to analyze Doratina's skill and realized that she cannot create zombies. She can only control them if they already exist. Light is worried. You can create zombies and only control them if they already exist. Light is hot. He wonders about the zombies' origin in the castle. Ayla's analysis angers Doratina, who wants to kill her. Light calls Doratina a coward for attacking the weak. Doratina blames him for risking himself with a girl. Light plans to protect Ayla without losing strength, knowing he can't just defend. Doratina mocks him. She tells him, "It's your fault for risking yourself alongside a little girl." Light didn't care about her words and was thinking of a plan to protect Ayla without losing his strength. If he stayed in this state, he would lose all his power while only defending. Doratina laughs and mocks him, but God finally finds a way out of this calamity, for he makes Ayla happy on his back, and so he can attack with all his strength while protecting Ayla at the same time, and Doratina is even more excited to face him with all her power. As for the saint, she was still watching the future, and from her magic mirror, she saw a black veil covering the moon, and she was happy. She had been waiting for this to happen for a while. I wonder, what does the saint want to do with Light? Will Light be able to defeat Doratina and his companion, Halima? Also, subscribe to the notification bell to know the events of the next episode.